Hello and welcome back to round 3 coverage of the 2023 United States Disc Golf Championship presented by Innova. We've seen these guys battle through some windy conditions here on JomezPro. It's Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Kyle Klein staying bogey-free in the front 9, and that's impressive. There's a lot of places where you can find yourself getting into a bit of trouble. Joel Freeman, no birdies in the front 9, 2 bogeys. So he's going to fall back a little bit, but he's still in the mix. He's in 3rd place, I believe. But Kyle Klein, 2-shot lead right now over Sullivan Tipton, who has 2 shots over Joel. But our lead card is remaining our lead card as of right now. They are still hanging on to those top 4 spots. But it's moving day for a reason. People are charging up the leaderboard. As you see the hot 2 rounds on the course, both of those players tied at 7, Calvin Heimberg and Ricky Wysocki. Ricky with a 10 under today to charge up the leaderboard, putting himself back on the leaderboard. That's a scary thing. Ricky wants this maybe more than anyone else.
Hole 10, par 4, 549. These guys are probably going over is what I'm guessing. It is a slight tailwind. And front 9 was a little slow. I'm going to tell you this. This back 9 is nightmarish with this wind. It gets windier somehow.
Look at that. Just all flat, and it's so controlled. Doesn't even need the turn.
Is that a left to right tailwind? Is that what?
Yeah, it's a perfect wind right now. If you have the power to just throw flat hyzer out there to the right. This is a good shot. Yep.
Brad safe and wide. He's going to be in bounds. And Joel looking to go for the eagle here.
Super low.
And it's a good angle.
Yeah, probably has the juice. He is Joel Freeman.
Yeah, okay.
Nicely done.
Kind of a scary putt there outside the circle. Coming back down the hill, he's going to have a tailwind. One putt for the eagle and 2 putts to get his first birdie of the round. It's looking good for Joel right now. Great drive. Brad leaves in himself maybe 25 feet.
Yeah, I would say it's looking good for Joel, aside from the fact that Kyle is also putting for eagle from much closer.
I'm just talking about getting from out behind the 8 ball right now.
Trying to get on the board.
He is just slow.
Nice shot from Sullivan.
But the thing to keep an eye on is just how Joel's been playing this front 9 so far. I mean, this back 9. And there it is. 3 for 3 now on hole 10 with the 2s.
Wow.
6 under in 3 rounds.
That's fantastic.
6 under on 1 hole.
With another playthrough waiting for you.
That's kind of crazy.
And he has been lighting the back 9 up. Oh, no.
Kyle to match Joel with the eagle 2.
Still holding on to a 4-shot lead over Joel, that is. But he will increase the lead from 2 to 3 over Sullivan, who makes the correction from round 2 where his approach shot just kind of stood up and unfortunately rolled just a bit long OB. Ended up taking a bogey on this hole, which is the easiest on the course. Wow, big number. 19 eagles on the day.
Wow. Looking at hole 11, par 4, 734 feet with hazard rules all the way up. Everywhere you see long grass, you play where you lie, but take a penalty. So position is really important here. Most players going for the landing zone down to the left. That's about 410 to 460 feet, maybe. It's about a 50-foot strip of safe land, and I think that's what these guys are all going to target, aside maybe from Sullivan, who may go with the big forehand.
You just really got to take some off here because of the crazy tailwind. I don't think they're worried about landing there, but you see how even though it's slowing down, it really got to that back side.
Great committed drive for Kyle. Joel looking like he's matching that, but this, oh no, this is actually going long, I think.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough for these guys to take enough off because of the raging.
You really do want to commit to power to get down there to that left landing zone, but like you said, Paul, that tailwind just pushing it too far. Meanwhile, Sully kind of matching his drive from round 2. It's basically the same shot once again from there.
It's a great option if you've got it. It's a big forehand, but he hits a nice safe area of the fairway. This is a little nose up, but it's got a nice flip. I think he's going to have plenty of distance.
Yes.
Not plenty.
Yes, but he's in the spot. That's a good spot to be. Probably just inside 300 feet from there.
This is pretty wide, but there's a lot of room below the pin.
And just finding the hazard. It's going to be 33 feet left for the par.
This is just a highly technical shot right here.
Oh my gosh, so touchy. Brad just pulling the string out from behind the disc and just stopping it on the dime. Beautiful throw.
Not the easiest putt, though, coming down the hill with the wind.
Kyle is on a heater right now.
He is.
Really settling into the round right now.
Joel really needs to get up and down. Up and in. Try that out.
Oh, slow down. Should be close enough not to worry about the headwind, but Joel usually really good from that distance. That's one of the first putts we've really seen Sully drop today. And a good par save for Joel.
Oh, great putt. See, that's tricky from there, though.
Totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a gimme.
Something about having a headwind putting downhill. So awkward.
Well, normally you think of a headwind as a lifting force, but once you've got to deliver nose down, it does the opposite thing. And it's easy to miss that putt into the cage, I think, when you're going downhill into a stiff wind, because obviously the nose needs to be down. You're going, down to the level of your knees or something at where the basket is.
Very awkward. And again, going back to this argument that we had to preserve, hard thing to practice.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to practice. It's just that's just instincts and knowing how to make it work. You don't really find yourself in a practice situation where you can replicate something like that very often.
Kyle's at 6 under right now, by the way, through 11.
Bogey free as well.
Really good.
Yes.
Maybe Ricky does need to watch out.
Yeah,
maybe his fire emoji is going to
with the eagle that he got on 10, he's on pace.
This one can get you, though. Hole 12, I think the most dangerous hole on the course, personally, as far as a blow-up hole.
Yeah.
901 feet, but any OB is a rethrow or drop zone.
Yeah, this one's pretty close, along with 17, as far as potential to just kind of jump up and bite you.
Well, 17, like the max is like an 8 because you eventually make it onto the green.
True.
Here, there's no making it to another drop zone.
Yeah, you could go a little bigger. And speaking of going big.
Yeah, Brad's got the flex on this. This is going to be, over the OB island into the perfect landing zone.
That's huge. Past the drop zone is a sign of a really big shot.
Joel had no problem with this drive yesterday, putting a little flex on it. This time, really trusting it out wide, and look at that thing turning into position. Oh, this is beautiful.
Wow.
Whoa. But not as far as Brad. That's kind of impressive. Right
Yeah,
there.
it is. And this play, I've been looking forward to seeing this again in a little higher wind. What does this do? Is it going to flip too much?
Looks like it.
Yeah. Oh, it's like still flipping.
Yeah, I think this is going to find hazard.
Oh, big time.
Or
It's
not
hazard. That's
OB,
just straight up OB.
Just OB. So he's going to have to go to the drop zone. I was worried about that early today. I was kind of thinking, what is Sullivan going to do on this hole? Is he going to really go aggressive again? And he did. Pays a bit of a price.
Kyle doesn't want any part of that 6 ball he had yesterday.
Smart, I think.
Yeah, and I think I think he was trying to get aggressive off the tee.
You do?
Off the tee, he just went too low. I think that he missed his height by quite a bit.
Okay. Good
Either way,
recovery
Sullivan
from
with it.
Sullivan.
Yeah, that's a great one. It's blind from the drop zone. Really have to trust the distance. You can see the top of the flagstick, but that's it.
important shot for Joel. Get some momentum back on his side. And he just barely gets in bounds. That's huge. Chance to claw a stroke back. Wow, look at the wind playing with this. Can't stop Brad, though.
Oh, wow. Perfectly played hole for Brad Williams. Should say, I don't know if he was trying to get aggressive off the tee, initially thinking maybe play for the birdie. But with his tee shot being too low, I mean, it's a no-brainer play from there. Going out to the left side, take the par, walk away happy.
Yep.
Joel able to get a stroke on Kyle for the first time all round.
I don't think he thought he made that. I think he's like, wow, what do you know?
And that's his first birdie of the round, too.
Yeah.
That officially gets him under par for the first time. Now he's at 20 under par. And Sullivan, what a great par save that was.
Yeah.
Brad just played that one perfect. Beautiful. I mean, there's just nothing wrong with the drive at all. At no point was it any problem. Second shot hits the rocks on the bullseye.
I almost feel on this hole, if you do go out of bounds on the drive, getting up and down and just getting a par almost feels better than birdieing the hole. Because once you go out of bounds, you get that panic moment of like, here it comes. Here we go. I could be about to just throw the tournament away. And then if you step up like Sullivan did, just take care of business, such a stress reliever.
My name's Chuck Ray. I'm the athletic director here at Winthrop University. The worldwide recognition that we get here at Winthrop because of what U.S. Disc Golf and INNOVA has done has been incredible, especially with this 25th anniversary. We want to really celebrate this opportunity and what it can do for disc golf and what it can do for us at Winthrop. And I think this is only just the beginning.
Before that birdie by Joel and the par from Kyle, in the past 16 holes, Kyle had made up 10 shots on Joel Freeman.
Wow.
Because it was this hole yesterday when Joel birdied that he had a 5-shot lead over Kyle. But right now, Kyle holding on to a 4-shot lead as we're going to the B placement here on the formerly known 888 hole 13.
Right to left crosswind, so anything that gets going in Anheuser doesn't want to come back from the Anheuser.
That is an early out of bounds, and that's going to be a very tough par save for Brad.
And anything that gets on the hyzer wants to go left, far left.
You're calling them out like in order, like you knew that they were going to play the hyzer and Anheuser in order.
No, I'm just saying anything on hyzer.
It's just perfect. I'm just saying you're a good commentator.
Way left, anything on Anheuser, scary. I did play today.
Yeah, that's big.
See how far left that got, though?
Yeah.
It's hard to get over there to the tree line, I feel like.
It is. Yeah, around the outside and still fight back to the tree line.
Do you guys like that spot for Kyle for the angle on the next shot?
If he wants to go flex, I think it's okay. But I think the easiest place to be is down by the path for this position because then you don't need to go flex. You can commit the forehand to the wood line and then swing back. This is, good flip.
Yes.
I was worried about that line.
Yeah, and that's going to put him just barely inside C2. Yeah, on the path. That's in bounds.
Risky.
I think he was really far back there. That looked like he gave it the full treatment and barely got pin high.
Yeah.
He's got an outside chance to save the par now. I don't know if this has got enough. It's hard to say that about Sully, but yes, that does come up just short on the corner out of bounds.
And that's a mistake that's going to like rattle you. He's going to be shocked, I think, that he didn't have the distance there.
And here is that flex play, but man, that wind really pushed that one back down. Maybe the wrong disc, maybe the wrong angle, but either way, it'll most likely just be a par now for Kyle.
Big moment here for Joel. Got a little momentum on his side with another bird, maybe.
This looks good.
Yeah, the height, the pace, everything really nice about this. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Incredible.
So Such a good little jump putt. It looks just so controlled. It's not like a fast movement, and it just kind of carries.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a bogey for Sully. And Brad from 65 feet for the par. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Love the celebration.
He wanted that one so bad, you could tell.
Great par save.
That was a beautiful putt. Such a low, driven line.
I want to see his reaction.
Out of bounds so early. That was a really huge second shot just to get there. Awesome stuff. But Joel, opportunity to take another stroke out of Kyle Klein's lead, and he does.
Not loving the way the putt looks, but carrying in that headwind, a little wobble won't hurt you.
Even in the shorter, easier to birdie position, hole 13 still playing as the second most difficult hole. 4.46 average. So many players getting caught up in that early out of bounds like we saw right there with Sully.
And I think, though it is, yes, clearly easier to birdie than the long pin, potentially easier to bogey too.
Yeah.
It's a real tricky
It entices
placement.
you to play aggressive.
It asks you to move the disc right, and the OB is so right there, just waiting to eat up your shot.
I wouldn't say anyone's necessarily killing it today. I think Kyle's playing really well. But aside from Kyle, no one's really killing it on our lead card. That being said, everyone's still secured in their top 4 spots here on the lead group.
So there was
They're
some
maintaining.
crazy wind on this hole today. We'll see if these guys are dealing with it, but the effect of the big Coliseum building produced a tailwind at the tee and a headwind at the basket. And this is the result you get from that. Joel reading tailwind. Firing a shot that would be perfect in a tailwind.
Well, the flags are showing
it seems
straight
like
headwind.
Maybe it's a little more simple at this stage of the day. But that was a surprising amount of flip. Or maybe it's just that there's even more headwind down by the basket.
So Brad wanting nothing to do with that hazard. He goes wide right, but this is maybe too high.
And that's going to be a little bit of a tough stance potentially. He should be able to straddle.
He has been straddling too, so maybe not. But that's such a tough putt up the hill.
Kyle made easy work at this one yesterday. This one high and stalling. Does it have enough distance? Unfortunately, he gets bailed out in the wrong way.
Yeah, a terrible roll there is going to pretty much take par out of play. He might have had the outside chance at making the big putt, but now he's going to be nearly 100 feet. There's that.
Oh, boy.
There it is.
Oh,
See,
gosh.
I'm telling you right now that Sully does not make that. That's not a mistake exactly. That the wind is swirly. Like he's way too good a thrower. He put that out on hyzer. He's throwing a disc that ought to do the job.
And it just flipped.
But
immediate
twist.
Wow.
Like just a crazy day for reading wind on this hole. I think probably the scoring average is going to reflect that.
4th most difficult hole on the
When
day.
have we ever said that
has
about this
never
hole?
been hole 14's numbers. That's incredible to think.
It was just an absolute coin flip. What was going to happen to your
That's
disc?
crazy. 3.39 average on 14. Unreal. Not one player able to keep it inbounds off the tee on lead group. And usually one of the players figures it out.
Sure.
But Sullivan was the worst, and he was...
And it came out with a lot of hyzer.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you saw his sit.
Oh, that's got to sit.
It will. It will.
Wow, that... the way that started rolling, it didn't look like it was going to stop anytime soon. Joel the closest, hoping to save the par.
Sit.
Okay.
Wow, man. This is
Jeez.
stressful right now.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, man.
And farther away, and now this one for double. Oh.
Brutal.
We've alluded to it a few times, but man, it happens so quick.
I mean, I did say late rounds, these ones like to roll.
Yes.
And then Gannon hit it off the tray and rolled.
Yep.
That was brutal. But this is what I'm used to. Lead card.
Yep.
There's always somebody who just barely misses.
I doubt we've ever seen lead card with 4 hazards, though.
Yeah.
This hole's playing
5 over.
This hole's playing in
6 over.
Oh, way more than that, I think. Oh, no. Yeah, it's 6 over with the triple bogey coming for Joel. Yep. And then bogeys for the other 3.
And how's that lead going to look for Kyle Klein now? Huge.
Well, yeah, I guess Joel was the closest person to him.
Well, now will it be Sullivan? No.
5 shots.
Still
just
Joel.
like that.
2.
Not often you can take a bogey on the lead card and grow your lead by 2 shots.
Wow. And pretty incredible.
Hole 15, par 4, 539 through the triple Mando, and then wrapping back to the left to this very well protected green. Tough win for this one too. Coming off that right side, potentially, at least early in the day. It was hard for people to keep the disc low enough.
Pretty well protected right now with the foliage,
This
but
is Annie.
oh yeah, missing the mandatory on the right side. Looked good out of the hand.
I think he's trying to throw that Anheuser to keep it low, like you're talking about, Nate. And it just
Thank you, Kyle, for the
right.
kicking up the dirt so we could see hard right to left.
Yeah, and watch this thing try to lift.
Okay.
As soon as you show the hyzer angle, the disc rises. He maybe stayed short of the Mando.
He didn't miss the mandatory, so
but he's in a terrible spot.
Yeah, but it should be parable from there.
Certainly parable.
I think I like this guy's chances more than anybody's.
Yeah, through the
Wow.
gate with a ton of distance.
Wow.
That is huge.
I don't even know what it looks like from over there.
No one does.
That's going to be a weird angle. There's a lot of trees, and not necessarily the ones that are right by him, but the next row of trees is going to be a problem.
And Joel does not miss the Mando.
He almost goes lettuce.
Almost.
Yeah, double lettuce.
Cabbage right into the lattice. Whoa, that's not what you want. U-turn, and he's not going to be able to see the basket, I don't think.
Kyle, instead of going forehand rollers, tries to go air shot.
Oh, no.
It ends up okay, but he'd love to be another 70 feet closer to the pin, I'm sure. Now Brad from the drop zone.
Yeah, here's the drop zone. Want to go low, get this out of sight, hyzering back. This looks perfect.
Yeah.
Gosh, Brad.
Well done on the recovery.
Okay, so this is not bad.
Yeah, it's like kind of a hyzer play from here.
Yeah, kind of great. Note to self: forehand,
It just says
460 feet through Mando. Easy bird.
Well, it's not easy from there. You know that. Still a bit short. And Kyle.
Why? Where is Joel?
Oh, boy.
Over
Just
here.
barely left of where
Okay.
Kyle was. But that was a huge mistake for Kyle. And after his first bogey of the round on 14.
I thought Joel was going to be much worse off. He threw a great shot there.
Looks like Kyle's in danger of getting a second bogey in a row.
Oh, huge danger.
He's got to go way wide. Not a bad little bid. Tough to get the height.
Yeah, the height is so hard to get right going through that low ceiling.
Just outside the circle. He likes these, doesn't he?
Be a huge birdie right now for Sully. 3 over in the last 4 and just low.
I think he's going to be frustrated with that approach. I don't think that was all that difficult for him. Oh, wow.
And Joel lets Kyle off the hook with a missed putt from inside 20.
And Brad's just like, what's going on around here?
Yeah.
Brad, the only person to miss the mandatory, gets the par. Sully's going to get a par.
And 2 bogeys.
But the top 2 players in the field are going to drop a stroke on 15.
I don't think there's a more frustrating hole to get a bogey on than 15 when you don't miss the Mando.
Yes, because it just feels like I could have thrown 100 feet at a time.
Yeah.
That was done. Like, how did this happen?
Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Down.
It says a lot about how well Kyle actually had been playing up to the last 2 holes. He can go bogey and still hold on to a 4-shot lead in this field. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, the other players on the card are going to be wishing that they could have made him pay for those miscues, but none of them could. Hole 16, 391, slightly downhill, hazard everywhere. Pretty favorable wind here. I think long is sort of a risk with a bit of a tailwind. You really need to have a way to slow the disc down.
So smooth. Oh my gosh. That is just... Hey, what happened to that tree?
I don't know.
There's an obstacle down there on the green.
Hey, somebody should probably... That makes this hole a little, just a little easier for these guys. And Sully can do this, can't he?
Unbelievable.
That's
that
awesome.
Is just an insane weapon.
But now he's got the leaner tree.
Is
What?
that from the wind or just from
That can't be the wind.
anger management issues?
I hope it... Well, somebody needs to have a serious look in the mirror if that's what happened. This might get there with the wind today.
Yep,
Could kind of
one little
hovercraft.
hyzer.
Yeah, look at it go.
Wow, what a shot from Kyle. Just keeping the nose up, driving it down the fairway, scooting probably 60 feet into bullseye. Love this play. Flippy disc, throw it hard with a tailwind, let the wind do the work. Oh. Thing of beauty.
Yeah.
How did it go over that one and then around the back side of these trees? That was weird. See that?
Yeah, I did.
Craziest flight I've ever seen. This needs Annie.
It's got it.
Too much of it.
Yeah,
Still going to putt.
Yeah.
Still going to putt.
Hey, that's a pretty good grouping of drives there, folks. Joel just outside C1, it looks. Actually, let's call it 45 feet. Oh,
Big time
yes.
putt from Joel. He's not sure how he did that, but I am. Putted it perfect.
He's like, I just missed an 8-footer, and then that one goes in.
Yeah.
I just don't understand disc golf.
Look at his back 9 right now. It has all sorts of crazy colors on there. Brad can make his 20-footer. We're going to have a star frame on 16. That's awesome.
The rest of the field probably was kind of looking up at the board going, man, lead card's slipping. And this is them kind of saying, hold your horses, boys.
We're here for a reason.
You might not really get a spot up here with us. Star frame on the 16th.
And Kyle being a good guy trying to figure it out. That's not necessarily your job, but nice of you to try to look at that.
Yeah, lead card always gets an easier course.
Of course.
I might have hit it. I might have Judy chopped that thing right to the ground.
You got your ninja chop and you got your Judy chop.
Hole 17, par 3, 254. Downhill, got to get it over the hay bales, but stop it short of the water. That right side is a nice place to be. If you can bring some forehand spike angle, maybe you can stick it close enough to make a birdie putt in the wind.
Very wide for Brad.
This one is so easy.
Good
to go
commitment.
Deep on today. So easy.
I think he's just saying,
The greed just takes over, dude. I don't know.
The greed takes over. He's saying he's trying to play right.
okay.
And then he swings it wide and goes and
yes.
puck job because he's
Yes.
just that kind of guy.
Right.
I know the feeling on this hole. You tell yourself to do what Sully did And then right at the last second, you're kind of like, well, it doesn't look that far. I could probably bite off a little ace run. And next thing you know, you're writing a 7 down.
All good.
Smart shots.
Potentially practice for tomorrow for Kyle if he keeps this going the way he's been playing today.
Not
5-shot lead.
necessarily the hardest wind to play with. The left to right for the sidearms, pretty easy. You just put it out left and then it coasts.
Joel's like, how on earth did that finish on the right side? I think Joel was trying to get aggressive. Ended up with the safe run.
Seems like Joel spent a lot of the day getting a little confused by the wind. I felt the same way out there, but he's like making 40 footers while he's confused. And it was a different for me than that. Oh,
no. I mean, you're talking less than 4 feet from the basket to out of bounds, and that can... Okay. I guess he doesn't really like the awkward tension in the air when you miss a short putt. I respect that.
Yeah. He said, like he said, the greed took over. His plan was par, and he got the par.
He made sure that happened. Hey, all pars in 17. The history of this course would change if every lead card came through here and took pars.
We wouldn't be playing that hole anymore if that was the case. They would have
That's right.
They would have
That is
redesigned that a
absolutely
long
right.
time ago. The island would be about the size of a couch, maybe, here in this living room.
The whole lead card right now, 2 shots clear of any of the chasers. So looks like if these guys can avoid a double bogey, we're gonna have the same lead card going into Championship Sunday.
Okay.
Tough thing to avoid.
It is a
on
bit.
the whole
It is a
18.
little tough,
Yeah.
and the wind.
What a beautiful finishing hole, though. It was already so tough, and when they brought this basket and they elevated it,
Look how skinny it is from that view.
and it's all slopes.
It's
All slopes on that little skinny landing
It
zone.
just looks crazy from the drone.
Brad.
I'm liking what he's doing.
He's nice with it, isn't
I'm
he?
picking up
sure
what you're
is.
putting down. Man, he's got some power, huh?
Needs
And
to
once
slow
you-
down, maybe.
Once you clear that hill,
Jeez,
there's a lot
so
more room
good.
all of a sudden. The line starts to break away. So if you got the power he has, if you can keep it low like that and get over the hill, the slope is really your friend up there.
That was so far again.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to make double bogey. Not from up there.
Kyle just throwing absolute dart.
And he just went past that bowl area, which means his footing will be a little more awkward than if he were a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. It's kind of the worst spot to be.
Tries the flex, doesn't
Oh,
get
no.
it.
That one wasn't really even close. Double bogey can definitely come into play here if you don't throw a great shot right now.
Oh, I like this, though.
Just not going to get down the hill.
Yeah, it's going to be a
but
layup.
Anything from there,
Yeah.
safe, is
Sure.
good.
Yep,
Inbounds is
totally.
good.
Go for it.
Brad with decently soft footing.
Oh, this could be great if it's got the distance.
It actually needs to slow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't seem
I think
like
that
it made
I
it
think
to
the wall slowed it down enough.
Yeah, he's going to have an inside circle look, most likely.
Great shot.
Up a mountain. That thing is, once you get down below that hole,
Yeah.
a 5-footer is hard.
Yeah, hard to do and impossible to practice.
Let's see how steep this run up is here. Just so easy to throw you off, and the kick OB. I mean, that is just a product of not being in the right place off the tee.
Look at this. Flat footing.
Great angle, like out wide to
Yeah.
where
Oh,
he kind of might have left this high on the hill actually.
No,
don't do that.
Oh, Sully. Great position to get a couple on the leader, and he is likely to take the same score, and that's if Kyle is able to get up and down. Kind of an awkward place here. Yeah.
I don't love that. Okay, the wind's not looking too bad.
Joel going upside down. And here is where Brad got. That's a steep uphill putt for the birdie. Oh, climbing over the rim and in.
So nice. What a finish.
That feels really good after that short gaff on 17.
Really good back nine in the wind.
Beautiful.
3 under.
I mean, he's right back in, and he was kind of fading away. At a certain point, he was not really in the picture as far as giving Kyle any pressure, but Kyle is a short putt away for bogey. And right now, with that bogey save, he's only got 3 shots over Brad, who's been charging up in the back nine.
You know what's crazy about this course? A good last 5 holes can flip you around from an absolute debacle to
Definitely.
a great round.
Totally.
Definitely.
Maybe the most impactful finishing 5 holes
Yeah.
in our sport.
Because you can totally get them all.
And you can definitely shoot them 4 or 5 over.
Yes,
So
very
it's like a
easily.
huge swing.
Yes.
If you come in maybe 3 or 4 out of the last 5.
Look at the variation of color for our lead group here. That is what Winthrop does, man. It is just...
And to think that you're looking at that
Non-stop
many
drama.
bogeys and none of them lost their spot on the lead card. That's how you know it was a really difficult day because
Yeah.
we saw a ton of adversity.
Yes.
Joel Freeman didn't have a birdie on the front nine, and look at his back nine. There's bogeys, there's doubles. He got the birdies, he got the eagles, but nobody could make a move on these guys.
I mean, +2 to stay on a lead card, that's never happened.
Wow.
Unless it was like the hurricane.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that third card's going to have some excitement. Wysocki, Heimberg, Matt Oram, and Chris Clemens.
Wow.
The closest on that card is still 8 back, though, so it's going to take something miraculous for them to catch, but Chase Card is right there in the mix as well. It's going to be an exciting finish, as it always is here at the 25th USDGC. Can Kyle Klein take down his first major and make amends for his playoff loss a few years ago?
I cannot wait to see what happens. It's going to be awesome.
See you guys tomorrow.